What's up, everybody? Welcome. My camera's good. Yeah, my camera's good. Good afternoon, everyone. Where's my chat? Okay, chat over here. First was Golf Master. Second was Wit. What's up, Ken? Some Game Man. What's up, Ricardo? Fender. Tremolo, catch me slipping without the music. Game Man is questioning the TikTok React. Fender Bass Epic. Lewis, yeah, you're early this time. Hippie's also streaming right now. You can watch both. You can watch either. It's chill. Andrew V plays the game like no one else in the hobby. With Andy, bro. What's up, Kit? What's up, Hallelujah? Dude, I'm getting a gray Sangha, Kenneth, and it's like waiting to be shipped too. Thank you, Nico. Higanbana? I don't know. What kind of colors is it? How the Gateron stabs almost 30 bucks? Let's check it out. So, to get started today, let's go look at the Gateron stabilizers first. Sound good? Let's do that and then we'll do our fun stuff, which is very non-productive shit, which is reacting to keyboard TikTok. So, we're looking at the Prevail Keyco stabilizers. Why is it 27 bucks? 28 bucks? Wasteful packaging? Probably, because regular stabs like the Dura come in, this is also wasteful. There's like individual baggies for everything. I do like fun enough. I used to eat it every single Sunday, so I got tired of it. Alright, so why is this $28? So it comes with 6.25U and 7U. That's usually the thing. Okay, let's run an experiment. I'm gonna go with Divinity. And I'm gonna run it with the same stabs, right? What we have here is what? Six pairs. So let me go to Divinity and see how much that's gonna cost. Let's see, stabilizers. So I'm gonna go get Duroc V2s. I'm gonna add 5 2Us to the cart. One 6.25U. One 7U. Just to check, just to see. Let me see. Did I do that right? Here we go. Did I do that right, chat? So we got one 7U, one 6.25U. Oh, it's actually one less of these then. It's not 5. So it's a little more expensive, yeah. So it's like a few dollars more expensive for Gateron instead of the Duroc. Yeah, you're right. You caught me slipping. Thank you for the confirm. I get that, Abe. I get that. Gateron stars are 5 sets? Yeah. So take a look at the Gateron stab right here. It is indeed 5. So it's actually less. It's actually 3 to use then. Oh no, there's just an extra wire. Yeah, so it is more expensive, but we'll check. So what I want to check straight out the gate before I even put it on a PCB. Here's the Gaterons, right? Any opinions on KB defense stabs? I haven't used them. I mean, I've used the snap-ins. So this is what we're looking at, right? They look a lot like Durocs. And do they include washers? No washers, so value-wise, it's a little unfortunate, right? There's no washers. There's a lot in the packaging then. Would I recommend the Freebird 60? Did you watch the review video? The question is answered there. What's the point of me making these videos if you're just gonna ask me the same question in stream anyway? Alright, so there's that. The only thing that matters is how straight the wire is, you know? Bro 60 is a bit hollow. It's cheap, but it's a bit hollow. Alright, gotta use the iPhone 12 for balancing. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put, this is a 7U Duroc V2 wire. We're gonna put it onto, the phone. Alright. Let's tap this. So it sounds like it's bending this way. Flip it over. So it's curving upward toward this camera. So that's how flat that is. We're gonna check the 7U from the Gateron now. Same thing, it's curved one way, and they sound very similar. Straight out of the gate, I think quite similar. So I don't know how they're gonna be different. Now let's check the housings and the stem, right? This is Duroc. Let's grab one of these here, Gaterons. I don't know if it's answered all your problems, but we're gonna go hella macro right now. They're always unbalanced, which is why I do holy mod. Alright, we're going tight. We're going tight. Bro, are there scratches on my phone? Probably. I don't want to be this tight. I don't want to see the scratches on my phone. Please? Please stop. Okay. So here's the Duroc. I'm gonna look at it on the screen with you. Do not comment on my nails. So the Duroc V2 has that little hook right here, right? So there's that hook. And otherwise it just looks pretty standard. I don't think there's anything stand out. There's some kind of like brass for the screw to go into, whatever material that is. Could probably leave my iPhone top. So now we're looking at the Gateron. So that hook right there, ooh, so that hook is not as deep, so it's closer to Dark V1. That's true, the magnet on the back tongue D, so I should do it on the glass front. I can check that again in a second. So the Gateron is using a different hook. It doesn't look as secure, right? So let's look at it side by side. Wait, what the fuck? What? Wait, that's weird. So the Gateron hook is on the inside, whereas the Duroc hook is on the outside. Now that's trippy. You see that? Like the design is backwards. So we do need to stress test this then. Let's look at the top. Same kind of shape from the top. Oh, I'm gonna have fun testing this one. Alright, okay. Let's check the wires one more time on the glass side. Oh, those are my messages. It's just American Society of Civil Engineers. Don't worry. I'm gonna go on airplane mode. Just no more new text. You can see my home screen. That's fine. Alright. So there's no magnet on this side. Let's listen. So it looks like it's flat on that side. A little warpy on that side. Here's the Gateron. The Gateron wire feels a little thicker. Yep, they both have some, like, they both have a tendency to kind of bend in one direction. Alright. So how do I test this? I'm gonna get a PCB. I have a frog. I'm gonna do a... Should I not holy mod it and test it? No, I should holy mod it because I would always holy mod. So let's just do a fair test, I think. So I'm gonna do a holy mod and then I'm gonna do a holy mod on both of them. Massage gonna test? I need to grab that. Do I have Dark V1s? I don't think so. All of my Dark V1 houses are gone. We're holy mod both of them, and we're gonna test for wire popping. Yeah, I'm thinking it might have a possibility of popping. I tried Rama keycast, the brass ones, and I don't like the sound, so I don't know if I'd like aluminum either. I did buy a breaking machine, even though it sounds crazy. I don't know if it's the Duroc V1 because the Duroc V1 had the same hook. For some reason, this one has like the hook on the opposite side, which I was not expecting. Da, da, da. I don't use the puck. I have to mod my mouse. I have some new feet and grips and switches. Just haven't had a chance. Come on. Come off. Oh no. Stop sticking. Okay, cool. I haven't tried a full set either. I've only tried just like a brass keycap. They don't sound good, man. They just like don't. Holy Mod might be pop proofing due to the stab due to the band-aid friction. Alright. What I can do for here, before I Holy Mod then. Just put this back. I'll just pop it into a PCB and then try to break it, yeah? No lube. Keep it dry. That's probably fair. If you need a keyboard recommendation, go in the server and go to Keep Help. There's a form we have people fill out to help us help you figure out what keyboard's best for you. But I'm not gonna really give recommendations here. Okay. I don't like the P-Foam mod probably works well on a cheaper keyboard, but I don't like doing it to more expensive ones. I have a video going live at like 5. What's up, Cold Sauce? Okay, so these are Durocs. These are pretty much proven to not pop, right? So we'll test the popping and then we'll see how it reacts once lubed. So let's stick this in here. Prevail sent this out for us to review. Can you gum it or mount KFECE? I'm not sure. I haven't really heard of that. So this is the PCB for the Frog TKL. This is going to be for my personal unit. I really hope it doesn't sound moody once I build it, because that would be sad, dude. My buddy sounded pretty good, but that was foamed. I'm not going to do foam on mine. It's super fancy, super excessive. It's definitely another $1 for sure. It's a nice touch though. Doesn't feel as homemade. I've got a question in here. Haven't gotten to modding any styles yet. Is it worth the Band-Aid more, cherry styles, or SXGBDZ on wires? For spacebars, I've had best experience with wholly modding the spacebar. To use, I use SXGBDZ. You can probably get by too if I use 0, but I like how SXT kind of sticks better and holds better. And before the best styles of freaking styles, no, I would hate that. It's super expensive. Do people like to use stab pads? Most people don't, because it mutes the switch a bit. So like the ones that go underneath the stab and above the PCB, it mutes the sound. There's a keyboard command for the keyboard above Zing. Is it working? These are V2 Durocs. Alright. What we're gonna do is gonna grab a switch. I have a little plate, a little container here. Alright, got a MOF in here. Grab a 7-use spacebar. We're gonna abuse this, alright? I'm gonna abuse it good. I'm gonna mute it so you don't hear this horribleness. I don't think it's gonna pop out. I think it's pretty secure in there. I'm gonna break my freaking spacebar. Yeah, it's not really popping out. Is the command old? Did I update it on Twitch and not YouTube? My bad. Let me double check. Streamlabs. I always get confused because I have to update it on the Twitch side. Did the content ping not work? I did the content ping right now. I'm glad, Nolfi. What am I doing? I'm updating the new keyboard command. 1 second. Yeah, I think I updated on the Twitch side. So with Streamlabs, I had to do it separate. I don't really like clickies. Some people do. Boss J's are usually the go-to rec for clickies if you want to run that. Not my favorite though. Yeah, the keyboard command says new. Is the bot even here? Yeah, you're actually on time, Nguyen. Or Andy. Okay. So, any other testing you want me to do with this? Like, just... people usually end up popping their stab wires doing this. They pull out a spacebar one side at a time, which you shouldn't, and it's not popping. So I think we knew this already. So I think we're good here. So let's now test the Gateron, right? This is just for wire popping. What's up, Chris? Taste test? No, I'm not gonna stick these in my mouth. Okay, so let's pull the Durock aside. Nice, Marco. So I heard people you've been using floss to try to fix. Floss helps to try to pull the wire back. We don't know if they're whack or not yet. We gotta do the testing. I got screwed into I need to screw it into the PCB to see if it can hold on to the wire well. I'm doing that right now. What's up, Darian? Those are Aurora Kiwis up top. How are you supposed to remove a spacebar? I'll show you in a second, dummy. So basically, it's like this. You take off the alt caps and then you use 2 fingers and lift the middle one up. So you do it equally. If you do one side at a time, I actually know a friend who broke the stem in his keycap because he kept doing it unilaterally. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't do it. Or if you have 2 keycap pullers, you can do it at the same time. But otherwise, yeah, get both sides at the same time. 7V review is gonna go live in an hour. Should I push it back because you're streaming? I should probably push it back if y'all are here. Okay, so I'm looking at this right here. This is where it differs. This is gonna be very close, very similar to the OA. This might actually not be able to be wholly modded. So the hole in here is tighter. So I'll have to put a little effort to get in there. It's pretty tight. So that's why I meant, like, this wire feels thicker. I don't have a caliper, unfortunately. So yeah, everything's a little tighter. So they are different, but it's mostly in the housing. So in terms of wire rattle and ticking, I don't know if that's gonna make a difference, but in terms of popping, it might still be tight. Can you not hold it? I did holy mod OA stabs. You can't. I haven't been able to successfully holy mod C3 though. Thank you, ST. I just ran today. I did some cardio today. Showered too. All right. So now we're doing stress testing and risking my 7U red spacebar. All right. Put them off in here. Alright, cool. I'm gonna mute. So forcing it up like that popped it out, which I didn't do on the other one. So I'll test that again in a second. You would never, ever pull a stabber like that. Okay. Let's see. So I was applying pressure like this, which you would never do. So pulling off like that is the most you're gonna experience. Let's actually try the 2U too. While we're here, let's do the 2U no lube, because I found when I was holding the board on the side, that's how I popped it out. A like shift space, a shift key can pop it out. Usually Durian, sometimes I'm pressing. I'm gonna test the pressing right now. Katie says are nice. The wire and housing so perfectly tight that holy mod makes it so the wire doesn't fit. You can't holy mod KBD stabs. Do not affix a spacebar that fits loose on the stabilizer. What you do, Mako, is you get some saran wrap or tissue and get it inside the keycap. That'll make it tighter. Real talk, no cap. That's how you fix it. That's what I had to do with CRP, because they were loose on some stems. You can do that on these two or the switch. Trust. It is a bad keycap, but sometimes we just stuck with it. Okay. What are you gonna do? Ask for a refund? You probably can get a refund from like a GB or something. You see how I was like wiggling a bit to get that in? They're actually pretty tight. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna put it into, I think the right, it's like the shifts that usually mess with me. So let's screw this in. It completely tilts because the one side isn't like tight. You're welcome, Mako. Alright. So screw this in. The R shift, you can, because it's shorter, it can definitely seesaw enough from the depression on one side to lift the wire out. So there's a few things actually. If you want to test if a keycap will pop off, right, or a wire will pop, if you have a longer stem switch, like something like this is a Holy Boba, has the long pole, right? The long pole is going to get that keycap higher, so has more likelihood of it popping out. So for the purpose of stress testing, it's good. Here we go. Let's see if the Gateron stabilizer can handle a long pole unilateral press. Nope, it popped right there. So that happens with a lot of, is this on autofocus? This happens with a lot of long pole. So let's try the same thing with a non-long pole. A lot of people complain about the Holy Pandas. There was a guy that went on my YouTube channel, commented on every single video and said, why are you not talking about the issues with Holy Pandas and stabilizers? I'm like, because I don't care. So if you have a long pole stem, that's likely to happen. The reason that happens is, you look at the switch right here, as soon as it focuses, right? When you press it all the way down, it's exposed a little, right? See a little orange peeking out? For a regular switch, this is a mauve, a regular switch, right? See that? It's completely gone. It's like the smallest height, but it does exist, right? One more time. See that? This is exposed just a little bit. I know it's a little overexposed in the camera, but you see that? That is why you gotta be careful if you like Holy Panda. So, we're gonna do this again. See? I'm pressing it. Without the extra height, I'm not popping the wire. See? Now I can. So if you do this, you see how far I had to press the keycap for it to pop out? If you do this while pressing, you're abusing your keyboard. But this can happen if you are lifting your keycap from one side. And the cream fragrance too, for sure. So we found a way to get these to pop, right? So let's pull some Durox and put it onto the same testing. I want to make sure I keep these separate. Yep, any long pole switch is going to have that issue. So you may not want to blame your stabilizers right away. It's true for any long pole switch, 100%. As long as the stem is coming up out of it. Because some long pole switches, they have a deeper recess too. so that it doesn't stay above, but I found that most are exposed. Cool. Here is a Duroc V2 but clear. I'm gonna drop it in the same spot and use the same combo. Let's see how well it fares. And we will clip this for the YouTube. I think I have stumbled upon some educational content for today. So hopefully you guys are getting value out of this. This is just a result of me building a metric fuck ton of keyboards. And I don't need to lube to show you this, because this is going to happen whether it's lubed or whether it's not lubed. This happened to me with Moyu Blacks? Yeah, Ken. That's definitely one of the long poles. It's a thing. Just to confirm with you. This is a V2. You can see the hook. Hook is a little bigger. Let me see. Yeah, the hook's a little bigger. Getting schooled, yeah. What's the point of holding on to knowledge when you can answer it? Hopefully you guys can answer questions for other people now, so I can get a break. Alright, let's get these in here. Is that the right hole? Yeah. I feel scammed. How dare you attempt to educate me? You want me just like eat cardboard instead? I'm just trying to help, man. Can I just stick the... Why is it not going in the hole? Oh, I'm in the wrong hole. Okay. Usual Andy things. Okay, it's now in. Let's screw it in. What's up, Zoe? Is it Zoe or Zoe? Doing well today. My wrist is feeling a lot better, but I tried to do some wrist or knuckle push-ups today to see if I can possibly do it on stream, and the answer is no. It hurt. It actually hurt my wrist, so I'm not doing that again. Do I have to pay you now for educating me like the American schooling system? No, public school is free. Just like streams are free. There's too many holes, man. I don't know which hole goes into. Okay. I just had a Vietnamese coffee, so... Okay. Duroc V2 is now in our shift position. Now we're gonna test popping. Does the chat think this will still pop? Is Duroc V2 perfect? Zoe? Okay, hi Zoe. And here's how its stock stab sounds. Horrible. Do you have the preference of Duroc versus Zio? I prefer Duroc. The wires were the same amount of bendiness as Duroc's. Is there any reason to get Tofu over Freebird? Tofu is in stock. Freebird is not. So the Freebird is a GB. So that's why if you're in a rush, you don't want to wait for the GB. That's why you should get Tofu. Zoom into the styles you can't see. Alright. You ask and you shall receive. Okay. Still pops, right? There's still a line. We saw that? I could pop it back in too. So there's still a line. Oh, the keycap came off before the popping. That popped, yep. So what had happened before, I was holding a keyboard, it was a 60%, and I was holding it by the edge. So 60%, there's nothing here, right? I was holding it like this, just like rotating the board, because you guys want to see the board, right? I was doing this, and then I was because it was a heavier board, I ended up popping it right there, and it was horrible, and then had to desolder. Yeah, so it still pops. Let's see how fast it pops with Holy Boba again. Where is my boba? Where'd I put that thing? Here, we use the Holy Panda. Same thing. Wait, the Holy Panda only has 3 legs, so let's do Holy Boba. A bit more secure. So I'm basically ruining your dreams and telling you that there are no safe stabilizers. Okay. The keycap's just loose at this point. Yeah, so it's just like coming off. So it's not popping anymore. I think I've just loosened the shit out of my keycap. But normally the keycap's gonna stick on and it's gonna lift up the wire to the point where it pops out the wire, or pops out the wire. So that's Durock V2. I think we've pretty much come to the conclusion that they're about the same in performance. Let's do a 2U, but let's do a Gateron 2U, to be sure. So I've done the Durock V2, but I haven't done a Gateron V2. So what I'm doing in the stream right now is basically showing you what you don't want to do to your keycaps if you don't want the wires to pop. If you pop and you have a hot swap, you're gonna like waste some time, but it's gonna be fine. If you pop and you have a solder board, then it's a much worse scenario. So I'll take this off. We're gonna put in here, is this the 2U? This is Gateron 2U, this is Gateron 2U. So let's put this back. Gateron 2U. I think we already tested this before, but I'm gonna do it again. Ruining that right shift, that's true. I'm doing it for science, doing it for you guys. That is a GMK Modern Dolce full R shift that I'm ruining. Should I ruin a shorter keycap? So if you wanna do a super chat to help support me as I destroy this GMK set so that you don't destroy yours, there's buttons on the screen. But you can hang out. It's all free anyway. So yeah. One more time with the moth. What's wrong with the keycap? As I abuse it, it's stretching out the hole. That's what's wrong with it. Yep, this still pops. It seems like it pops a little bit faster. Barely. Let's see if it pops in regular use. Like regular human usage, yeah? Let's see. No, it's not really popping, man. I don't think that's gonna pop. See that? So you're being dumb and you're just like, no pop. I think it's good performance. Right, just still secure. The Durock V2 did about the same. So we looked at this and we were like, oh, it's gonna pop just as bad as the Durock V1. I don't think so. I think it's like backwards. I think the stem design is flipped, so the direction in which the wire wants to pop is like supported. I can't really tell you. It just works, you know? It's holding it tight. It's holding it well. So now we do testing for sound. So we already figured out that it works good enough, right? I have Durock over here and I have Gateron right here. So what I'm gonna do right now is take this apart and we'll lube it. How should I lube it? The spacebar is the one I care about the most. I don't want a holy mod because holy mod is gonna make it work. Like there's minimal chance it's gonna tick or rattle with holy mod. I describe how I lube my personal stabilizers in every YouTube video description. Why is SXT BDZ like blocked? The fuck? Whack. Alright. So far in terms of wire performance, I think we're good. In terms of the balancing, it's the same as the Durock V2. It's not flat, right? What I care about right now, I'm gonna do this for the science. I'm gonna lube this with 25G0, right? I'm not gonna use my cheats. Just use 25G0. And we'll test if this is good or not. And if it's not, I'm gonna beg Prevail to send me new stabs because I personally like the holy mod. And once you put lube in there, you can't holy mod it. You can try cleaning it out, but it's a waste of time. Okay. Let me figure out which side is flat. So when I tap this, it feels like it's bent this way. That's how I want to orient it in my stabilizer. So this is gonna be on the left, this is gonna be on the right. I'm gonna take the stab right here. And we will lube with 25G0. I holy mod all my space bars. Okay, 205G0 right here. This is from Dane Keeps. Also one of the channel affiliates if you want to buy through them. 205G0. It's pretty dense package. I always shake my lube a bit, distribute it. Yeah, I hate spacebar styles too, which is why once I figured out that holy mod made them more consistent, I was like, fuck it, let's do holy mod on everything. Is the best. Okay. So just like how I screwed up stress testing yesterday, this is a stress test of a stabilizer. Doing just 205G0 on the spacebar is basically giving it its worst chance. If it can survive this and sound decent without any balancing, which I don't do anymore, I don't trust myself in balancing stabilizer wires, then it's good. Alright, we're using the 25G0 just because that's what most people have. Most people are not using XHT BTZ, which you can buy from Prevail or Bear Cables using the affiliates command. Which actually I have to update the Bear Cables link. We have a new link for Bear Cables. So if you're trying to buy from Bear Cables, the latest link is actually in the Discord. Holy mod feels mushy if you do not kind of flatten out your fabric band-aid. On the 2Us it definitely does feel mushy. It needs some break-in, and breaking in means flattening out the band-aid. So I use my tweezers to push them down a bit and flatten them out. Why can't they balance these wires at the factory? I'm sure they tried to, and then it just ends up being a little messed up in shipping. Okay, cool. Snapperoni. Alright, real quick, I'm going to update my affiliate link at Bear Cables on my main website, which is andyvnguyen.com. Okay. One second. Yeah, I like holy mod. Shipping attempts probably warps them. Probably. Alright, so gotta update my Squarespace account. I need to get a Squarespace sponsorship, man. I've been using them for years. Holy mod is divine. I mean, it's holy H-O-L-E-E, but yeah. It's like a thin wire. You can't really expect it to like last through all that. Cool. So the website is now updated. It is nice, Cobb. I'm glad I finally found a home for it. Okay. So this is just 25G0. Tighten this up. Cool. Let's take our red spacebar, 7U. Wait, is this wrong one? Oh, 6.25U. Why do Teja's stab always sound good during build stream? I don't know. Dude, it's ticking. I need to plug the butt a bit. The right side sounds good. Left side needs more. We're gonna test Duroc V2 as well. So my method usually is to lube it and then lube it lighter and then add more later. So I use a syringe with 25G0. Guess Teja's just better. You're free to believe that. It's useless to be better if you're not going to teach people how to be as good. So what I'm doing right now is teaching you my process. And 25G0 is what most of you are going to have. 7 decimads. Without a syringe, you would use a small brush like this, right? And then you kind of get a dollop. You try to get at on the tip, something similar to that, and then you try to just like get in there and swipe it out. If you fill the shit out of the crevice with lube, yeah, it'll sound good, and then it'll move around. Still a bit of ticking on the edge. Which is why I run holy mod for everything. So that's the Gateron. So let's see how the Dark V2 handles just 25G0. So this is why I do holy mod. Holy mod removes all of ticking and removes most of rattle. How's the smoothness on them? Dude, these are all smooth. There's no scratchiness in any of these stabs. How do I get 25G0 on the syringe? You take off the syringe, or you can just suck using the tip, just dip it in the jar. But if you're using S60 BDZ, what I do is I take this off and I stick this in the jar, and then I pull. Dude, do I also need holy mod? I holy mod all my stabilizers. So cool, I just fucking wasted that. Alright. Let's take this out. This is usually when people will be like, oh, just balance your wires, but I don't think there's not like a surefire way of explaining how to balance wires. So having people take pliers and stuff to their stabilizer wires is not the best move. You're welcome, Nominal. So that's basically my typical experience with stabilizers. We're gonna give the same treatment to the Dark V2 and see if it performs any better. But even if it were to perform better and not tick, I'm gonna tell you that it just has to do with the wire itself. The wire is responsible for almost all the performance in terms of rattle and ticking. So if this somehow doesn't tick, it's probably just because it's marginally straighter from the factory. KBD67 Light's gonna use 6.25U, Gino. So let's pop this. Wait, what the fuck? This is so hard to pop out. Let's lube this up. Wish there was a keyboard upgrading school would apply for sure. I mean, you can watch my streams and ask questions, and I'm usually willing to answer. Usually. I don't trust wire balancing. You basically take pliers and try to flatten it out. Yeah, I just wouldn't balance wires, bro. Like, I've balanced wires and made it worse, so as someone who's built a lot of keyboards and has tried to balance wires, I'm just not going to recommend it. The Gateron stabs are similar performance. Because they're not doing anything different about the wire other than the fact that it's a little thicker. I think the primary reason why the wires don't pop onto the Gateron is because the wire is a little thicker. You still stare at the Dell keyboards? They probably have very broken in switches. The RV2 wires aren't extra thick. The Gaterons are. So are the OAs. The DRV2s is pretty standard thickness. Dude, I don't understand how to balance wires either. everyone be saying like, oh, just do what Wildcat does. I'm like, Wildcat doesn't explain anything. He doesn't use words. So you can just watch him do it, but I don't know, man. He doesn't really, he cuts it for a YouTube video. You can't see it. Yeah, he probably takes 3 hours and then shows you like the 5 seconds. It is a new, there's a keyboard command. I've definitely balanced wires for like half an hour before, and then I realized I messed it up and I just got new wires. What's that? I can't do this. So feel free to figure it out and make a YouTube video explaining it, but I don't recommend balancing wires anymore. It's too weird. I like Holy more than Epsi. Epsi uses double-sided tape, so it's a little hard to install. Yeah, they just tell you to watch Wildcat do it. Wildcat doesn't explain anything, man. Wildcat makes very nice to watch videos, but in terms of education, it's a little hard to follow. Alright, we got the Durac V2 here. How quickly did I go through car talks? I don't know, Kevin. I'm super spoiled in the fact that vendors often just send me a jar when they send me switches. Because it's advertising for them. Just like how Dankebs, you can see the Dankebs container here. So I haven't run out a lot because I also don't loop my switches that often because I don't switch switches. The OA stabs, I found the stem was a little tight on keycaps, so I don't like it because I would try and take off the keycap and it holds so tight that I feel like I'm gonna snap the keycap. I mean, you can loop switches out loop station. It's just you go through a different process. You go one by one. EBPT legends are not as good. So if you listen to this, same thing. There's a little bit of ticking in there. Like I said, the wire technology in terms of like their manufacturing process is very similar. They're probably using the same factories, just a slightly different spec for the Gateron wire. Let's give it the syringe treatment. What's up, Dutch? Every time I say your name, I think of Red Dead Redemption, bro. You literally can't go wrong with Holy Mod. Yeah, except with C3. It's really hard to do Holy Mod with C3 stabs. Dude, even with I put in more lube into the housing with plugging the butt, right? It's just still not that clean. Holy Mod just gonna be better, bro. Just like that's Holy Modded. That's plateless, so it's gonna sound very similar to how I'm typing into this PCB. There it is. So my thoughts on the Gateron stabilizers versus Durac V2. They're about the same thing, dude. Honestly, if you're buying some stuff from Prevail, go ahead, just buy the Gateron stabilizers. Between buying Durac V2 or the Gateron from Prevail, I probably lean towards the Durac V2. This is just a little different. The wire is thicker, so maybe that might be better. I want to test one thing before I go. Let's get back into the lab. We're gonna see if this is Holy Moddable. That's probably something we should test, right? Because if the wire is too thick and you can't Holy Mod it, that's a problem, right? That's no good. So let's test that before we go into our TikTok. Holy Mod is better than Epsi because it's easier. That's what I say. But some people are FC Mod stands because they figure out how to do it. I'm dumb, so whatever is easier, I'm down for. All right. Yeah, we're gonna Holy Mod the Gateron styles right now. We'll do it for you, Nominal. I forgot to, you know. Okay. So I'll show you what I'm doing. What people are asking, like, what do I do if the Holy Mod is was it mushy? You take your tweezers and you push down on it. Literally squish it down a bit, just like that. Just squish it. You zoom in to see? Yeah, right there. You see everything. No, I haven't tried liquid electric. There's plenty of YouTubers that are willing to do these modifications. I'm not one of them, dude. There's things I'm willing to test and there's things I'm willing to not. I'm sure if you search it up, someone else has done it. But I found what works for me and I'm just gonna keep running that, you know? Yeah, I will be reviewing the Q1 whenever it gets here, but I haven't gotten it yet. If once I get it in, you'll know. It's been delayed a bit. Like everything in China. China's in a bit of a lockdown right now, if you didn't know. So I can't really get that stuff right now. So that's one step. Let's grab the other. Let's see if this fits. Thanks, David. Any of these don't tick on board? Do they tick the same as Duroc? So the recommendation has been, and it always will be, to Holy Mod in my opinion. Or Epsilon, whatever you're more willing to do. I'm more willing to do Holy Mod than Epsilon. Double-sided tape is just hard to work with, especially right now in summer, dude. Nothing, adhesive doesn't stick like that. Of course it won't take. So we're doing the 6.25 U space by this time. Oh my god, that feeling that the band-aid's a little too thick. It's not gonna be sluggish if you press it down, man. I just showed the stream right now. If you use your tweezers, I'll show it again for you. Use your tweezers. Just press it down. So this one's from Brenner, dude. What you do is you take your tweezers, just press it into it, flatten it down a bit. Now it won't be sluggish. Dude, there's a keyboard command. Just type it. Okay. I write the commands so that we don't answer the same questions the entire stream. Please use them. Cool. So we're doing 6.25 U now. I don't really remember that, Mako. When everyone wanted that, I wasn't really in like custom keyboards. I did like I would gravitate toward MX Browns though, because it was best for typing, you know. So this is Duroc, and we found out that it also ticked, right? So that's a waste. Okay, we got right here 6.25U, which I'll be using with this spacebar. Sheesh, and there y'all spam a command. If I have problems with lube ending up on my keycaps, just wipe it. What board do I say to get from 200 300 pounds? Enter the Discord. There's a Discord command, and under keep help, you can post your requirements. We have a little template that's pinned, and we can help you make your decision. Because if you just say price, it's really hard for me to recommend something. There's so many like elements of preference that need to be considered in picking a keyboard. I mean, all pro gamers had clickies, so I get like wanting clickies. It was like super annoying though. Let me know if the commands don't work, but I'm pretty sure it should. There it is. Cool. Alright, just do this real quick. So with the space bars, when I'm doing Holy Mod, I don't use SHTPDZ. Oh, there's a screw in here still. No wonder there's a little bit of rattle. MX Brown's kind of slap. I'm not really sure about that. Still testing, man. Like clickies for that typewriter effect when writing essays to keep me awake. That's one way to look at it. little QC issue on this one. There's like an extra piece of plastic on top, sticking out a bit. I'll just clip it. I don't think that's gonna matter, but it was there. Okay. Anything you buy right now is retooled, fam. Cool. A lot of people like the Vega still, though. Hyperglides are retooled. Hyperglide equal retooled right now. Ooh, it's a little tight. Alright. This might have better performance with Holy Mod if it's not sluggish from the tightness. It was a little tough for me to put that in there. It worked though. I remember the C3 just won't work. Like it won't go in.
Heck
Like
yeah,
nope.
somebody followed.
Not today. I've never tried the KBD fans PC stabs. They're probably fine. If you're buying from KD fans, just grab those, I guess. Save you some shipping. If you're buying from another vendor, like I said in the Freebird video, it's gonna cost you more shipping. Especially if you're in like another country. Like someone said they're from South Africa and nothing ships there. So when they buy more stabs and stuff, or like more extras, it's not just $5 to $10, it's like another 20, 30. Favorite Atlas board so far? Dude, the sound and feel of the Yeti is kind of amazing. I feel like the questions in the chat can be answered if I just let you watch the VOD. Alright. Grab a mauve, drop in the center, grab the shorter keycap. The only movement is from the switch, just like not being tight in the PCB, but it sounds good. Feels like I could use a little bit of 25G0 on the left side. Let me find a switch that sits a bit tighter. Will this banana split sit tighter? No, they're all loose. Lavender? Wait, did that stay? That's all I got, I guess. So some of the sound you're going to hear is from the switch just not being soldered in. I think it works pretty well with the Holy Mod. Alright, now I have a conclusion. Music? Alright, we just tested the Gateron switches, or the Gateron stabilizers versus the Durox stabilizers. The Gateron stabilizer package has everything all in one, so you have the 6.25U and the 7U, but from other vendors you can also buy the whole, like, piece by piece. In terms of if they're better than Durox or Everglide stabilizers, I don't really think so. They're just different. They both have the same kind of wire pop resistant technology, I would say, because I stress tested them and the only way to pop it was by abusing it. And the ways I abused it and made it pop on the Gateron also happened on the Durox V2. And like I mentioned, a little tidbit is that switches with these long center pole, like the long pole switches, like the linears, tactiles, whatever, Holy Pandas, you got the Velvets. A lot of switches these days have the long pole. Those switches are more likely to pop your stabilizers because the stem peaks out ever so slightly, creating a longer moment arm for the switch to pop, especially if you're pressing on one side heavily. It's not really going to happen on your spacebar because it's so long that you can't really deflect that much, but on the 2U stabs, you can. Like I mentioned earlier, you can hold the keyboard by the shift key and it'll pop it. Be very careful if you have a solder PCB. So the only real difference between the Gateron and the Durock is that the wire sits in there a little bit tighter. So I actually prefer having the wire sit a little bit tighter. It really helps with modding it. So if you want to try that and trust that a little bit more, go ahead and buy the Gateron. But they are a little bit more expensive. They're a few dollars more expensive. If you want to buy them, consider buying them from one of the channel affiliates, Prevail. You can type affiliates or just go on my website or on the Discord or wherever. We're going to chat and answer questions from right now while I clean this up, and we'll do TikTok reacts. I've not seen the new lavender styles they're selling on CK, but wouldn't they just be like based off of Durock? I do spring swap my alpacas because I don't like 62 gram. And I had Milmax before, it's not that bad, but if you use 7305, I would recommend using thinner solder 0.31 inches versus a 0. Is it 0.31 or 0.2? I'm not sure, but use thinner solder. And a smaller tip, it helps. Is it worth 2x the price? Is what worth 2x the price? Where are you getting 2x the price? Check your math. Should be Oasis manufactured by Wuche. Yeah, the OAs I'm not in love with. They have the same wire resistant technology, but sticking to the keycap so tight is kind of meh. 10x says help, but just bought Sangha. Sanga's good. Hi Larry Durian. Do any of the monsters making more Sangas after the initial 600? No, they're not, Ken Ramos. This is it. No more. No mass. This is it. Have I tried Icky 68 Aurora? Dude, I reviewed it a few times on my channel. Check the YouTube channel. I'm gonna push back my YouTube premiere for the 7V while we do some TikTok reacts. Push it back to like 5:30. Because you already have me right here. 5:30. So what TikToks to reacts is, I ask people to recommend some keyboard TikToks, and I have like a love-hate relationship with Keep TikTok because the atmosphere and the environment that social media platform is based off of, everything's so fast. I don't think there's a lot of research done, so it's curious to see what kind of ideas they come up with. Keep TikTok is responsible for making Aqua Kings popular, Banana Splits popular, Plateless KD67 Lite popular, which doesn't work, and it's just been an enigma to me. So I'm almost done cleaning this up. Yeah, they're all pretty similar. I don't think they're OAs too, Roger. The spacebar on the Sangha is sick. Banana splits are okay. It's not. I wouldn't go out of my way, but people are trying to flip banana splits too, which is major whack. All of TikTok is an enigma to me. Yeah, for sure. API has a 14K Jane according to her TikTok. What? That doesn't. The math doesn't sound right. Tangies are okay. I don't like how they're high pitched in sound. I like deeper sounds. If I like high pitch, I'd rather have like a cleaner clack. I don't like the clack of the Tangie personally. Just put away my syringe. Put away my sus stuff all over my desk. Oh, I'll have one more in here. Two more. Selling SP stars $2 each. Dude, SP stars went on sale today and it disappeared. Texi switches are coming up. I'm personally not gonna review them because I'm kind of tired of switches. Tangy sound flimsy. Yeah, that's why they definitely need the Lubin film. Like without the film, they definitely sound flimsy. She has a 1 of 1 Jane. If it's 1 of 1, the value isn't really determined, right? Value is in the eye of the beholder. Jane right now is like 4K on market. So it would have to be remarkable to be 14K. And I don't think anyone's gonna be willing to pay 14K for that. Favorite mounting styles? It depends. I get bored. Sometimes I just like top mount, sometimes I like gasket mount. So I like my Sangha gasket mount because the spacer sounds good. So it depends on the board. Most gasket mounts tend to bore me these days. Gotta take apart. And this is the Duroc, right? This is the Duroc. What springs do I recommend for alpacas? It depends on how your fingers feel. The middle of the road spring is usually 65 grams. So if you don't know what to do, try 65 gram. What length? Just try it. Pick one. Can't tell you what to pick. You got, the only way to figure out what spring you like is to try them in person. There's no way. There's no real other way. How do I feel about O-ring mount Tofu 65? What do you mean feel? If you have a Tofu 65, you want to mod it, go ahead. Would I do it? I'm in a very different place, so no, I would not do it. It's a fun project if you're into that. Retool blacks are vintage? Vintage, of course, but vintage is not worth it. Spring rate of stock H1s is supposed to be 78, I think. In 2 minutes, game end, we will do the TikToks. If you want to suggest some, I don't know if we'll be able to get to the bottom of it. I've been taking in recommendations for a long time. And I feel bad because some creators on TikTok took that as a place to like self-promo. And I don't like self-promo in other people's servers. So, especially if they don't, if they've never watched my content, they would know not to put their personal TikToks on there. Because I'm going to roast the living shit out of it. So if this is one of your TikToks, I'm sorry, but you brought it upon yourself because you obviously don't watch my streams if you dropped your personal one in there. And I know it's personal because they like would say like I or we and then like post like every week. I'm like, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do, but I'm gonna destroy you. You can harvest some old board. But I'm saying like buying them for like $1 plus on Mech Market is not worth it. If you want to harvest them yourself, that's definitely a way to go, but I'd rather just get SP stars. Get the clacky SP stars. Pretty nice. I love my SP stars. Okay. PCB. Put away. Put away the pointy things. It's in the Discord. There's a TikTok React, but I don't think we're going to be able to take in new recommendations or new drops today. Because I'm backlogged. I have to go to the very beginning. Okay. My keyboard, oh shit, that's not right. My keyboard is ready. Wait, my camera's like hella tilted. How did that get tilted so bad? Alright. Let me close these tabs. I like SP Star linears, but they're clacky. At least the ones I've tried are clacky. Is there a deep SP Star linear? Alright, we've got a lot in here, so let's get to the top. Are these gonna autoplay? Okay. Okay, Geno from the server dropped in a lot. There's a 10-minute compilation. I don't know if we'll be able to watch a 10-minute compilation, but we'll see. Okay, this one's not on TikTok, but I'll let it pass. I have some feelings about this one. So this one, someone said it's gonna be super loud, so I'm just not gonna click it. Okay. We have all the tabs, which they're not a lot considering TikToks are super short. Clack is like a pop, it's like higher pitch, man. So Gateron Ink is not a clack. I've not tried SP Star Tactile because I don't really like tactiles. It is a G Pro Super Light. Okay. Get my headphones on. Alright. We'll run through this. You guys ready? Can you hear? Stream mix? Let's see. This is the one that made Aqua Kings popular.
Sound beautiful. This is one of the best feeling linear switches in the entire world. This is an Aqua King switch, and golly, does it feel and sound beautiful.
It sounds like a loop linear. It just sounds like a loop linear. Golly, you need to experience more switches. No sound? Wait, hold on. Can you not hear it? Hold on. Let me see. I hear it. I'm not playing it. Yeah, okay. So this is the thing that made Aqua Kings the most popular thing in the world. Alright, next one.
GMMK Pro build on TikTok, hands down. When I tell you my GMMK Pro build is the best, I mean it's the best. PVT Islander keycaps to match my PVT Islander cable. Perfect stabilizers.
Yeah, somebody follow.
I can't hear shit.
Needs a little work. I went ahead and took all of the extra gaskets and put.
Did homie just say his spacebar needs a little work, but he also said it's the best on TikTok? You recorded this. You could have just listen. You could have just went ahead and fixed the spacebar. The tabs are open because I'm doing reviews, my guy. I'm in good, Shred. That same guy cheated on Osu. Yeah, it just sounds exactly like every other GMMK Pro I've listened to. In terms of the best? No, just not really.
Put them all on the other gaskets, so I stacked 3 gaskets up on top of each other to give it a softer typing feel and better sound. On top of that, the case isn't screwed in all the way, just so you know.
Oh, this is the guy that stacked up and didn't screw it together, so the keyboard is no longer enclosed. So cool, you took it apart. So it's not functioning as designed anymore. We've done this before where we tried to O-ring or burger mount the KBD67 Mark II, and when you put in the O-rings, it raises the PCB, so it doesn't line up with the opening anymore. So what people did was they had to raise the top of the case by putting in pieces of whatever, some kind of adhesive, and now they have a gap in their freaking KBD67 Mark II case, and then it's like, oh, it works just as intended. I'm like, no, there's a freaking hole in your keyboard. So no, it doesn't work like intended anymore. Yeah, so like in terms of modding, I would rather you tape your freaking case than to not screw it together all the way, please. Next. All right, what do we got here?
I got you.
That's just not funny. Okay. Oh, I know JC. Oh god, he uses all TKC switches. TikTok things, I guess. Oh, sick ad for TKC. Yeah, it's definitely more for casuals. And sure, like honestly, the spacebars on the GMMK Pro, that the ones that they were modded, it didn't sound bad. It still sounds muted. Tremount's fine. Tremount at $135 is fine. AJC is a friend, so I'm super biased. But there's nothing wrong with this. It's just kind of filling the TikTok algorithm. Cause like the fruit switches from TKC look cool, so if you put this on TikTok, it's gonna get views, you know? Yeah, I don't think it's the purpose of having different columns of switches for a sound test. I think it's literally just for memeing, which I don't like making that kind of content, but TikTok is the place for it. All right, what we got here?
My favorite switch, the Cherry MX bread. My favorite switch, the Cherry MX bread.
Oh, this fucking hurts me, dude.
Switch, the Cherry MX bread.
God. Okay, we'll save this to the end if we want to do that. It's 10 minutes on YouTube. Okay.
Scraping my nails on a chalkboard. Number top 5 worst mechanical keyboard switches you can buy. Number 5, Cherry MX Browns. Literally everyone was expecting this. Browns are not good. Number 4, Cherry MX Browns. These things are like scraping my nails on a chalkboard. Number 3, Cherry MX.
It's just not funny. TKC really pushed TikTok influencers now instead of YouTube and Twitch. Well, if you can sell switches on TikTok, switches make a lot of money for vendors. Alright, so I've seen this before. One of my college friends sent this to me because she knows I make content, and she's like, does this sound good because it's cardboard? Here, I'll let you listen to it first. It's not that long. There's only like 6 more tabs. So I'm gonna explain why this sounds like it does. So what we're looking at here, we have Cherry Browns and Boba U4 Thock stems. I imagine that's a good sounding switch combo. Here, lift that up, lift up. Stuck on something. I imagine it's a good sounding switch combo. And this right here is a PETG plate, which is 3D printed. And that plate is pretty much like somewhere in the Palm PC world. If you've listened to before, when I do sound tests, before I put it in the case, the PCB plate assembly usually sounds really good. The cardboard here is doing absolutely nothing other than the fact that it's acting as a second desk mat. So it's really funny that this sounds good, but also I don't think it has anything to do with the cardboard. The cardboard just is there for comedic effect. It's held together with double-sided tape. It doesn't need to be held together with anything. It can just sit. Yeah. I hate this. Okay. So, this is not keyboard, so I'm not gonna play it. You did, Vex. Why are people posting Vietnamese stuff, dude? I saw this on Reddit. Any from the views? KBD67 Mark II, later SG. This is the world I helped create. I didn't do anything for fucking TikTok, alright? This is definitely from Reddit and got reposted. I don't even know how they're sitting on top of each other. What's up, Keegan? They're okay. They're about the same as Durham.
How to dust your keyboard.
That's how you break the stems in your keycaps, but there was some cheap OEM keycaps or whatever.
How to dust your keyboard.
Brutal 60 sounds hollow. I'd rather get a tray mount than Brutal 60 considering how hollow it is. But you can do Brutal 60, you do like take the plate file, I was doing a half plate. You end up needing to do shelf liner in the Brutal 60, so. I don't know what the fuck that is while I'm not playing it.
keycaps.
I hate getting involved with beef, but why are you trying to start stuff, bro? First of all, that nature build was just a complete copy off mine. You claim you thought of it months ago, but released it yesterday.
Cringe.
High-end gaming computers.
It's not looking good. California put out an energy bill showing how much energy high-end gaming computers.
This hurts. Bakanago 60 over Brutal? Yeah, for sure. This is hurting me, man. Is my video live? What am I watching? Yes, that's putting together a very bright. Oh, God.
Keyboard artists, and I think it's fair to say they are. Comes with a standard cable and keycap puller, standard cable.
I've been especially excited for this because not only does this have to do with keyboards, it also has to do with the greatest swordsman from the East Blue, Roanoa Zoro. I really need to give them credit. This packaging is honestly incredible. What was inside the package was 2 spacebars, but not just any spacebars. Spacebars holding 2 of Roanoa Zoro's swords, including the Wado Ichimonji, Zoro's first sword, and the one I plan on using for my spacebar first. The quality and detail of these spacebars honestly are amazing, and I'm super impressed with how they came.
Literally talked over the spacebar sound
They
test.
sound nice and match the.
Bro, you talked over it. I don't know what it sounds like.
One of the Discord communities I follow, I saw a guy making
Oh, here's
custom
Manolo. I know
wrist for
Manolo.
mechanical keyboards. I saw a red, black, and yellow variant with koi fish that matched my keyboard perfectly, so naturally I had to order. It took a little.
The problem with these wrist rests is they're sticky. So when you're sweaty gamer mode, your wrist will stick to the wrist rest. Just FYI, don't buy it. It's gonna stick. I get sticky in my room. Just letting you know. It's sticky.
And honestly, the craftsmanship is just unbelievable.
They look amazing. It's just they're sticky.
It feels much better using my keyboard now, and they were even kind enough to add in 2 Galaxy paw print keycaps.
And the other thing is with these wrist rests, because they're so deep, I actually want my arm to go down faster than the entire width of it. So I'm being held. My wrist is being held like this, where I kind of want it to just be a little bit less steep, not completely flattened out. Use a chunk of wood like a man? Yeah, not sanded either.
Which was pretty nice of them. A very nice touch.
Does anyone unironically use
Hey
those
everyone,
paw
about a
print
month ago
keycaps?
I ordered this keyboard in the mail from Ducky. It is a Ducky X Farmalo Maya Pro Sucker pink LED 65% keyboard. These came with mechanical switches and they are years ago and it was always out of stock. However, this keyboard is really small, really compact. I really like it. It's super cute and
Wait, did you say it's compact when it's the same width as a TKO?
it's free shipping,
No,
but
it's not.
the availability is really hard because usually these are always out of stock. However, this keyboard is
Varmillos are way easier to get than the deep nerd shit that we're into. Oh, it's one of those unusable keyboards. How much does this cost to commit to buying these? I imagine they're like more manufactured. Holy hell, that coil cable looks like a good effort.
So a lot of you guys really like the keycaps, and I really want to show you more. What about this really cool Kraken with a galaxy in his head? Dragons, anybody? Seriously, guys, I got a lot of dragons. But honestly, guys, the coolest thing about this hobby is how much you can customize it.
Oh god. Remember when the Ducky, it was like, I think it was like a Yeti thing? The purple and blue, that was getting flipped on Mech Market and on eBay because of Fortnite. It was the Fortnite colors. It's like dragon influence artisan enters and ships, I think.
As Gateron switches. I prefer this to the RK61. It's the Blitzwolf BWKB1, and hopefully it
Best budget gaming
Won't make
keyboard.
you look like that. It's a
Oh, so he got this ship from a company that said, please promo our keyboard and we'll pay you money.
60% mechanical keyboard with Bluetooth,
No.
RGB, and a low-profile case. And unlike most cheap keyboards, it actually
Low profile case is actually not ideal considering you can see all of your
has
fucking
Bluetooth,
switches.
RGB,
I guess you want to see the side glow of the perky RGB coming through your kind of see-through keycaps.
and a low
Frozen Llama, that's
case.
it.
And unlike most cheap keyboards, it actually has Gateron switches.
I swear, if my YouTube feed has TikTok stuff now thanks to this, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna hit not interested in every single thing.
I prefer this to the
Forward to this one. After removing the instructions, I am met with my prize. It is the Rubber Ducky ramen keycap from them. I got in the dome shape instead of the SA, and honestly, I just think it's absolutely gorgeous. This is easily one of the nicest artists.
They're really cool in terms of art. Like they look like little snow globes.
I hope you guys like dragons, because today we have another keycap. Check out the sculpt they sent me to go with it.
Wait, did they? Oh, we saw this already. I'm dying.
It's because it's very easy to mess up the motherboard, but thankfully that wasn't the case here.
Did you say motherboard?
Part of all this because it's very easy to mess up the motherboard, but thankfully that wasn't the case here.
Thank God.
After testing to make sure all the keys worked and then fist pumping in victory when I realized they did, I began putting it all together and placing the keycaps, reaching the end of what has essentially been a really fun puzzle.
Oh, it's
all that
Dream
was
Kid
left
Red
was the
Sim.
final touch. And then
$100. If you want to
Is
build
there,
one
like-
first, you want to pick up a GK61X from
On TikTok, they use copyright free music, but they have this like the same source or something. Cause it's like the worst of the YouTube free music. All right, I'm dead inside, so. Oh God. Yeah. That was a thing. It was not as bad as I thought it would be. There was some education in there, but a lot of content was like, look at me, look what I bought, look what I bought, look what I bought, look what I bought. I'm like, I don't personally enjoy watching you unbox the things that you've purchased. Maybe that's just me. Would I recommend the AK68 Aurora? I have reviews on it, man. I mean, it's just a different platform. Everything has got to be fast, so I get it. I don't participate in it. So in terms of like education, you're not gonna be teaching people within like the 15 seconds, you know? It's just a different world, man. Yeah, the kids TikToking, the kids beefing about their unique idea about what was that? The freaking tree nature setup. Beefing on the 15-second platform is kind of hilarious because you don't have any space to actually provide any meat to your argument. I personally wouldn't be buying drop keyboards these days. We live in a society, that's about right. Alex Otis was showing off a lot of these artisans, and he had like theme stuff, so he has a lot of like knickknacks. EPT Islander and matching cable. Congrats, you have a matching aviator cable. Coiled aviator cable is not that popular anymore. I think most people, at least in the custom scene, are moving toward YCA or Flemo, most likely Flemo, and straight cables. Aviators take up so much space on the desk. Hey yo, it's about that time. Is my YouTube video live? I hope it's not. I pushed it back. Yeah, I saw the Stargate collab. Is it live? Oh shit, the 7 video is live. Hopefully you guys weren't watching it while you're here. I'm off. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll build the stainless steel plume and then finish, or try to finish, Resident Evil. I already looped the switches. I have W for Thoughts. I posted it on Twitter and stuff. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Play some games, build a keyboard. And yeah, have a great day, have a great night. Thanks for hanging out with me. Peace.